Hey everyone, welcome back. And today we are back here on Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, and we are doing Justice for All again. And we are on Episode 2, Reunion and Turnabout. And we are on the Part 4-2 trial, so the second part of our trial here. And what we figured out last time was that Eenie Meenie was probably the person that was inside the clothing trunk. And she probably was the one that ended up killing the doctor, and not Maya. Okay, so June 22nd, 12:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Is it really true about my aunt? We expect it, okay? We don't know for sure, but we expect it to be. I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Eenie could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. Your Aunt Morgan had to have helped. And under the circumstances, there is no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. What about Pearlie? Could you imagine Pearl? No. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt? Everything going just as predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, Miss Von Karma, how are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Because I beat her old man, that's why. Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Oh, don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Well, looking down on me, even though we're the same age. They still don't look the same age. That's what surprises me. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. Wow. Okay. If that's what you want to feel like, okay. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Huh. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. We're trying to choose who's guilty or innocent. Are you really thinking this is a game? Even though this is a game for us. Okay, so June 22nd to 12:10 p.m. Just a little bit after last time. Court will now reconvene, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Can you prove Miss Eenie Meenie had a motive? We're gonna try. Yes, I believe I can, Mr. Judge. Eenie Meenie and Dr. Gray have one point of connection. That is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Meenie, please testify to the court about your car accident last year. Yes. The one with your sister. Huh. I thought, you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I'm not going to continue doing the likes. I don't see the point in bringing up the past. Miss Meenie, if you please. Okay. I totally don't think it'll do any good, but it might do some good, okay? We might be able to find some holes in your story. That was last year in May. Something really bad happened at my sister's clinic around then. And the night of the accident, my sister was totally tired while she was driving. I was totally pooped too, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. I woke up cause of the jolt, like it was a sea of flames around me. That definitely does look like a sea of flames. I opened the door and got away. Huh. I think I heard this incident. It was on all the talk of the tabloids shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk of Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Oh, karma. Those were merely rumors, totally baseless gossip. Come on. Yes, Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Oh yeah, Pearl is Mia right now. Okay. Right now it's impossible to prove. that Dr. Gray did, in fact, drug Miss Meanie's sister. Which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Okay, last year's accident. Last year in May. Okay. Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital? Yeah, in May too. The thing with all the patients dying. All the patients dying? What? It was in May 2nd. The accident was on the 24th. So 22 days after. 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's a coincidence? My sister was totally tired. So that's why, duh. Something really bad happened. Do you know what happened? That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause? Yes, do you know? I heard it was because the medicines got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister? Meanie. No way. Dr. Gray wanted to blame it on my sister. That incident had nothing to do with the murder here. I mean, no, I guess it doesn't have anything to do with this one. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Mimi Mini's fault. Which means, as far as the real facts are concerned, Mimi Mini is one who made the mistake. But it really wasn't my sister. Sure. And the night of the incident, my sister was totally tired while she was driving. Totally tired, you mean exhausted? She had to walk to the... Oh, she had to talk to the police and was being investigated every day. It was a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder, then, that the car accident happened, huh? Press harder. So then, why didn't you ask to switch places? Yeah, exactly. If your sister was tired, why didn't you switch places? I mean, I know she said that she was totally pooped too, sleeping. Huh? What are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. Yeah. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched places. True. But I don't like driving. Oh, you don't have a driver's license. Oh, I thought you should say she doesn't like driving, but she doesn't have a driver's license. Okay. This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have a license, Miss Meanie. Huh. Miss Meanie, please amend your testimony. Okay. Totally pooped, too, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. Okay. Accident happened at night, correct? Yeah, like 1 a.m. I had a paper due really soon. Okay. So I hadn't slept, was working really hard. So it was because the two of you were so tired that the accident happened. I woke up because of the jolt, and it was a sea of flames. Yes. And your sister? What happened to her? Do you not try to pull her out or anything? I didn't see her. Didn't see her. Was she not in the seat? The car was totally black. There was tons of... Oh, okay. I guess there was a lot of smoke. I had to go... and no clue what was going on. Okay. Opened the door and got away. Please tell us about your escape in detail. I kept wanting to forget that time, so I don't remember things about the incident in detail anymore. Well, it's alright. No need to push your... No, Judge. We need to know. I think I gave an interview after the incident. That would probably be the most accurate, you know. So, do we have this interview? If it's that article... Oh, we do have the article. Didn't have my license, so I couldn't take over to drive for her. And that's why you were in the passenger seat. Yeah. I was at my college's research lab till really late, so my sister was giving me a ride home. Phoenix, you can't do this. You're being too easy on her. No. We're okay. We're just questioning right now. Okay. We're gonna pull out some evidence soon. Gotta be some sort of secret hiding in this testimony. Let's find one contradiction. Okay. What type of evidence we have? Wait. Wait! Wait! We have her driver's license photo here! She said she doesn't have her license! Okay. Go back here. I didn't have my license, so I couldn't take over driving. Okay, that is a bold-faced lie, and let's go ahead and show that. Here you go. There you go. Miss Meanie, that was a lame lie. What? What do you mean? Huh? I know you had a license back then. This is the photo you took for your express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Meanie? That's right. Yeah. I had a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. Oh, is that what you're playing now? Is there expiration date on the license? You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him, said so. What are you talking about? That perverted fake clinic director? That is the exact same one. Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. Oh. No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Last November. What? November? The accident happened last May. That's half a year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix, right? That's what happened, Mr. Wright. That's what happened. At the time of the accident, Miss Meanie did not have a driver's license. Cry and my whip will accommodate. Oh. Anyways, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers. I'm glad you get it, but even if I had my license, I don't think my sister would have let me drive. What do you mean? Don't just stand there, to yourself. Not you too, Mia, with the whip and the pain and the ow. Miss Meanie, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive? Oh, that's because I think the situation calls for a more detailed testimony, Miss Meanie. Please, if you would. I agree, Judge, okay? We need a more detailed testimony for here about why she couldn't have drove, or why her sister wouldn't have let her. Sorry, didn't mean to... Okay. I wouldn't be allowed. Why would you not be allowed? Even if you had a license. Around that time, I was really close to getting my license. Okay. My sister was totally a big fan of cars and really valued them. She had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. And she said things like, no way I'm letting you, a newbie, drive my car. Understandable, okay? A new driver should not be driving a new car. So that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. Huh. I see. A bright red sports car. Now then, the defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... Me too, Phoenix. Me too. I don't know about cars either. Okay. Really close to get your license? So by really close, do you mean you have your, like, permit? Yes, you did have... I had one of those permit things, I think. That's what they're called. And if it's the same as whenever I was getting my license, I'm sure you could not drive at night. Or we're not supposed to drive very much at night. Yeah, big-name lawyer. Boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is. I do, but Phoenix doesn't, apparently. Well, this lawyer never had a permit. Huh? Phoenix, are you going to tell me you didn't have a license either? What? Ignorance is to be whipped? Von Karma. Correct. What's with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense. So may I continue? Okay, my sister was totally a big fan of cars and really valued them. She valued cars. How much would you say she valued her car? She'd flip it out at like a drop of rain. And she would notice if someone touched the car door with dirty hands. Why bother taking the car out of the garage ever? Well, I mean, you want to show it off. I mean, I can appreciate that. Why did she take such special care of the car? How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car. New car. You wouldn't want to get it all dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer? I would think that cars getting dirty is just another fact of life. Well, yeah. I guess people who really love their cars think otherwise. Phoenix, try asking something more significant, okay? Well, Miss Meanie, what kind of car was it? Shiny bright red sports car, okay. It was a new car. Yeah. She had just gotten it from the UK. The UK? Were those her boyfriend's initials? No, Judge. It was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. Guess her love for cars would be obvious. Next topic. Press harder. Really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor, yes? Please have the witness append what she said in her testimony. Part about the sports being a special import car. Yes. Well, if you like cars that much, then that's not the point. Okay, Miss Meanie, would you please fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. Special model from England. Okay. Press on it. I yelled, hold it, pretty forcefully, but I don't actually know anything about cars. Ask for the heck of it. Yes, ask for the heck of it. So, yes. Let's start with this. Why are British cars good? Yes, please tell me why British cars are good. Uh-huh. They're expensive, and their driver's seat is on the opposite. Phoenix! I think you're onto something there. Their driver's seat is on the opposite side. It would seem there is no benefit to owning one. No benefit. Phoenix. Okay, I wouldn't go that far. Huh? This whole steering wheel on the right side thing, it's kind of goofy, isn't it? You! What do you know? That slick shape, oh, the way it starts, the raw feeling of manual transmission, the cool breeze of the AC. Forgive me. It seems like she is a little bit into cars. Her personality really changes at the drop of a hat. It's interesting, isn't it, Phoenix? Bit by bit, we're beginning to see the real contradiction behind the case. You're correct, okay? She would say things like, no way I'm letting you a newbie drive my car. Was your sister good at driving? She was totally awesome. Okay. She said she was going to be a racing queen of the nursing world. That actually sounds pretty cool. Somehow I think she's bumping my question off track again. So I ended up in the passenger seat that night too. That, I think, is where we're going to get a contradiction. Because the car, I think she got off on the wrong side. I think she's got the wrong side of the car. And that's when the accident occurred, correct? Yeah. I immediately reached for the passenger side door and fled, like in a daze. Sounds like you had been a terrifying time. There's something very big here. It's going to be hard to break apart such a natural-sounding testimony, but we have to attack it, and by doing so, a flaw will show itself. Do you really think so, Mia? Believe! There's a path, I know it. Mia almost sounded like a prophet for a second. She kind of did. Okay, so let's look at our stuff here. So we have the malpractice thing. Article about the accident. Let's look at that. 2 women crashed and incinerated. One of the women was not able to escape the flaming wreckage. Died on site. Okay, the driver had fallen asleep at the wheel. Huge sea of flames. Half asleep. I opened the right door. That's it. That is it right there. She opened the right door and got out. Okay, if it's a car from the UK, okay, then the driver's side is on the right side. So she got on the right side. That's it. Okay. We need to show that. Okay. Especially from England. Okay, I think right here is where we need to show it. Yes! Okay. Miss Meanie, do you remember this article here that I got from Mr. Hadiat, the doctor? Fake doctor director? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. But I opened the right door and, like, got out. That's correct, isn't it? Yeah! Why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat, the left or the right? Well, it's on the right side. Of course, because the driver's on the left side. But that's an American car. It would be the opposite in a British car. Exactly. Edie's going to be seething. Opposite. The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be on the left side. You're exactly correct, Phoenix. Oh! That must have hurt Von Karma. Miss Meanie, you said that you escaped using the right side door. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. Oh, yes. Casper the Ghost comes back. Order, order. Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. You're sweating pretty good, Miss Von Karma. Eni said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Meanie. That is what Eni said, yes. But that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. Yes. If we're correct in connecting all the dots, there can be only one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eni or Meanie? Who was really driving that night? It was Eni. And the answer is Eni Meanie, of course. Eni Meanie Miny Mo. Why would you say that? Miss Eni Meanie just said to herself in her testimony. She said that she escaped from the right side door, which would be the driver's seat. I'm inclined to feel sorry for a foolish fool who foolishly spends his time foolishly. At that time, Miss Eni Meanie had not yet received her driver's license. That is another problem. And that is why the accident happened, because Eni Meanie was driving. Hold it, Phoenix. It looks like you still don't see the real truth behind the incident. The real truth? What do you mean, Mia? Or I mean Pearl Mia. Think outside the box. Isn't that what we always say? Alright, one more time. If we were to connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I like to ask the court a question. Eni or Meanie, who was really driving that night? It had to be... Wait. Think outside the box. Mimi Meanie? Wait. The answer is the one person who had her driver's license. Mimi Meanie. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive, at least. But you just said, the witness, Miss Eni Meanie, was the one in the driver's seat. Which leads us to the next question. Judge, come on. Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? Okay. I had an inkling, okay? I had an inkling that this is actually Mimi. I didn't know for sure, okay? But I had an inkling. I had felt it in my jellies. Okay. Who is the person standing at the witness stand? What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. This witness's real name is... Wait, I need the profile. Profile. Mimi Meanie. Right? Mimi Meanie. That is your real name. Objection? Huh. Of all the foolish dribble. Then, how do you explain her appearance? Well, I mean, they're sisters. I mean, they're going to look somewhat similar. This witness has had several facial burns. That's true. She did go to the clinic to get facial surgery. So for the purpose of reconstruction, facial reconstruction, the surgeon used a picture. And she used the picture of Eni. Yes. This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. She wanted to look like her sister. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. But Mini, she died. In the accident. Yes. That's what we thought, Judge. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then the body they found at the crash site was Eni. Yeah. That was the body of the real Eni Mini. That's right. Miss Mini. Mini. She's not going to admit it. How would she admit it? Come on. That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Eni Mini. Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face and was reborn as Eni. And with that, she effectively erased Mimi Mini's existence. Didn't erase it, she just said she was dead. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What's the meaning of this nonsense? Why are you sweating? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that had died in the crash. Mimi Mini. However, that would be impossible if Mimi was still alive. Exactly. Still alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So, this witness had to stop that from happening at all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Yes. In fact, it is. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness with the communication with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Well, Miss Eni, why do you say my name just now? Oh. Looks like I've been unmasked. Is she coming clean? What? Witness? That's right. Wait, her name did change. Mimi. That's right. I admit, my real name is Mimi Mini. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. She's really coming clean. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister? I think I understand. Mimi Mini wanted her old self to disappear because of this. It's gotta be the malpractice, right? I don't think there's anything else. The photos. It's gotta be the malpractice suit. It's gotta be it. That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Mini. That's right. The person standing before us today killed 14 people. Plus one more. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Mini had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much for her to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all, the only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister. And even her own face. This was her last chance. Her last chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister. That'd be weird. Like, can you imagine, like, if your brother, sister, sibling, whatever, died and you just took over their life? Like, wouldn't their friends notice? I mean, their friends would notice they'd be acting a little strange, even if you acted like almost exactly like them. Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination. That jerk, if only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo-jumbo. Mumbo-jumbo, do you not believe in channeling? Becoming Eni has been the most horrible experience in the world. Becoming Eni has? What? Spirit channeling, the occult, I hate it. Oh. Okay, I understand why she hates it, because Eni was so into the occult, she has to pretend she is. Okay. I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here. Why did Miss Meanie choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing can be made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant Maya Fay. Maybe. This is preposterous. I'm perfect. Me, Franziska von Karma. I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss von Karma, about you. I don't think it's over, is it? I'm going to be... Oh, it's going to be broadcasted to all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Whipping everyone. Oh, gosh! Oh, gosh! She's really going at it. Can you please stop? We really need to take that whip from her. Where'd Phoenix go? Phoenix, hang in there, Phoenix! Oh, she knocked him out. This court is a fraud, a sham. Prove it. Prove it. Yeah, if you think you're right, just prove it. Now then, it looks like it's going to be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. So I'll go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty. Perfect. That is all. Court is adjourned. Thank you, Judge. Thank you. 3:13 p.m. now. Congratulations, Maya. Sis. Actually, it's Pearl. But Pearl is channeling your sister, but yes. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis. I didn't kill anyone, did I? No. As far as I know. No, you didn't. It was just all a dream. A real bad dream. You know, sis? In my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. I was inside the clothing box, right? Was all her clothes in there? That box. That was your box. You stored your clothes in it a long time ago. That's right. Wow. There's still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? You know, good question. I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi had planned to open the door to the chamber herself, and then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail. Nick, congrats. Thanks. Okay. Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well then, you know. But I really don't want something like this ever happen again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. Fair point. Fair point. First my sister, now my aunt. Hey, Nick, tell me. Tell me why my aunt went and did something horrible. Why would she help Mimi Mini with a plan like that? I don't understand it. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Okay, I would understand why she would want to know. Because if my aunt just turned against me like that, I'd want to know why. Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason she helped... Oh, wait. Okay, how about this? What if the reason why is so Pearl could... because she's a prodigy, she wants her to become the master. What if that's it? Present. Pearly. 4 years from now, a new master will be born into the village, and that person will be you, Maya. But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear, and then the branch family would take over. Yes, my aunt. No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person will be Pearl's. Everything was done for her sake. It was also Pearl's would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying I thought so. Oh. Well, that... Oh, date and time unknown. Detention center, solitary confinement, cell 13. Is this going to be Morgan? My precious Pearl, you are the only one suitable to be master of the Curian, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped the brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl. That Maya Fey. Oh, her white eyes. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. She's not done. Episode 2, Reunion, Turnabout, the end. Good. Now we're on to episode 3. Turnabout Big... Was it Turnabout Big Top, it say? Save. Yep. Okay. So, we figured out what was happening in that case, finally. So, main thing was that Morgan helped Mimi that took over her sister's life, to kill Dr. Gray. And she was doing that so that she could frame Maya, so Maya would get sent to jail, so then Pearl could take over as master of the Curian village. Yeah, okay, that fits pretty well. It actually fit pretty well. That's what I was surprised about. I was surprised there might be a loose end or something, but that is I can agree with that. So, anyways, that was episode 2, finally finished, and we'll be starting with episode 3, Turnabout Big Top, next time, the part 1 investigation. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. So, bye-bye.